The champ is here.
Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of the XFL. That's right, the X Pound Fantasy League. With me is Jeff.
Hi.
Tim was going to be with us, but there's some problems with Hangouts, and we can't seem to get into a call where we can all hear each other. What the fuck, Google?
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to go with right now, just to get getting this week done, and we're going to hope they have it fixed by next week. Because otherwise, we may never have more than two people in one of these shows again, and that would suck a lot.
Or we'll start having to use YouTube Live.
That's a thing?
Isn't that what they replaced Hangouts with?
I have no idea.
I thought they replaced it with just a straight up live stream through YouTube. Because that is a thing, YouTube Live. But I know a lot of people don't like YouTube Live.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that.
Well, we'll see if this gets addressed.
Yep. Yeah, the other thing is I may download Chrome and see if that helps also.
Yeah, Hangouts tends not to like anything but Chrome. Although Explorer, being an older browser, should work, and it seems to be working okay with you. But yeah, because like I use Edge, and I've tried to use Hangouts with Edge, and it just absolutely refuses to even load on Edge, which is why I downloaded Chrome.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with Firefox. It's because there's no plugin support.
Well, there is plugin support. It's just the plugin doesn't work.
Oh, well, Firefox doesn't have plugin support, period.
Oh, because Edge has a plugin. I downloaded the plugin. It didn't work.
Okay.
So your Edge plugin is broken, Google.
Okay. Anyway, this is for last week.
Yep.
The week of the 18th. Today's episode of By Your Powers Combined. We'll get to that on SmackDown. But in the meantime, we're going to do Raw and all the usual shenanigans. Let's see what's happening. All right, as you can see, Jeff, despite not being here last week, you are in the lead at 79.52.
I was here last week.
You were. I didn't think you were here.
Last week was the week I came back.
Okay.
It was the week before with Fastlane and all that shit. I wasn't here.
That's right. Okay. Anyway, 79.52, followed by Tiff at 72.78. I'm at 52.32.
Mm-hmm.
Leaderboard-wise, Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, is on top at 550, followed by the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey at 538. Finn Balor coming in at 535, followed by Seth freaking Rollins at 477. The U.S. Champion Samoa Joe at 470. Drew McIntyre at 464. Bayley at 438. Bobby Lashley at 433. Sasha Banks at 422. Bayley and Sasha being the two halves of the Women's Tag Team Champions, and of course Bobby Lashley, the Continental Champion. And Dean Ambrose hanging in there at number 10 at 419.
Yep. Remember last week we were surprised that Cedric Alexander actually beat Oney Lorcan? Jim, hello? No. Jim?
No, I'm here. I vaguely recall that.
Yeah. Because we expected Oney Lorcan to at least go to the final. It's like, no, you were just there to beat Humberto Carrillo. It's like, what the fuck?
Fair enough.
Anyway, to the Raw.
Pretty much. So Raw this week was in Chicago.
What's that?
Raw this week was in Chicago.
Okay. CM Punk. CM Punk.
Yep.
Anyway,
Open up with Brock Lesnar.
he actually bothered to show up.
Yep.
Wow.
Came out with Paul Heyman. They got in the ring. Heyman started talking trash about Seth Rollins. Actually, hang on. Let me go to the other recap. It'll be better. Let me just flip that over. Now that I think about it, open this one. There we go. All right, so Heyman said that Rollins was the one that necessitated an appearance for Brock Lesnar, and said that Rollins is a revisionist, an arsonist, and a master of weaving a tale of Heyman-level proportions.
Okay, then.
Which is funny, because he started off saying Shakespearean proportions, then I meant to say, no, that's not big enough. Heyman-esque proportions.
Okay, then.
He said that Rollins claimed Lesnar had a problem with athletes similar to Seth's size and moveset, and Heyman called him a fool for thinking that. He noted that Lesnar defeated AJ Styles, defeated at Survivor Series 17, Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series 18, Finn Balor back at the Royal Rumble. He also added that Drew McIntyre is a career killer, not like Lesnar, but still a career killer, and talked about how McIntyre, took out Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns last week, and yet Rollins still wants to face Drew McIntyre tonight, and how this was generally suicidal because, you're supposed to have a match against Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre then came out and said, thanked Heyman and said it's nice to finally receive the respect that he deserves around here. He's not accustomed to that. He told the fans to show him some respect, and they booed him. And he basically talked about how he brutalized Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose last week, and added that after he brutalizes Seth Rollins this week, Brock, you may want to have your advocate find you another match for WrestleMania, because after I brutalize Seth Rollins tonight, he won't be making it to WrestleMania. Rollins then hit McIntyre in the back with a steel chair.
Okay, then.
He then hit him with the chair again. The fans chanted one more time until he beat him with a chair some more. Like a lot of chair shots.
Mm.
Lesnar then looked on with an intense look. Rollins then got in the ring with the chair, and Lesnar left, and they had a stare down.
Mm.
So there you go, opening promo. Okay. So promo to Brock and Heyman. Yeah, promo to McIntyre. And then Rollins, given he did a bunch of chair shots, I'm going to constitute that an assault in addition to the weapon.
Fair.
So 7 points to Rollins for that. All right, we saw some replays from last week. Commercial break. We come after the commercial break. And we go after the commercial break. We see some images of Finn Balor and Stephanie in Abu Dhabi at the Special Olympics World Summer Games last week. And then Finn Balor came out and he wished Chicago a happy belated St. Patrick's Day. And he said the luck of the Irish was not on his side last week when he lost the Intercontinental title to Bobby Lashley. But he said that this stubborn Irishman doesn't plan on being a former champion for too long. He then gets interrupted by Lashley and Lio Rush. And Lio Rush said that the little leprechaun is upset because Bobby has his pot of gold around his waist. Rush told Lashley to show his new favorite pose, which led to Lashley holding up the title. Balor told Lashley to enjoy that pose while adding that he hopes to get his hands back on that title real soon. And it was noted that this was going to be a tag team match where Balor had a choice of partner against these two. And Balor said that as for his partner tonight, Leo will remember who he picked, and he'll get his hands on both of them. Cue Braun Strowman.
So what? Bobby Lashley is Lio Rush's Pokemon now?
I don't know.
Almighty, I choose you. Champion pose. Ching.
Something like that. So that led to a match of Braun and Finn versus Lashley and Lio Rush, which Strowman and Finn Balor won. Off of Braun Strowman hitting Lio Rush with a running power slam.
Okay then.
So basically, as you would expect, it was, Lashley beating up Balor for a while. Rush tagged in, and, basically, Rush would come in and try to get offense on Balor. Then as soon as he started turning it around, he'd tag Lashley back in. That whole thing. Then eventually Strowman managed to get into the match. And
They killed everybody.
Well, he was killing Lio Rush. Then Lashley came in and they went back and forth for a while. They threw Balor out of the ring. Rush went up top, and he jumped over the frog splash. Strowman did a big, powerful kick out. Then no-sold it, chased Rush around on the floor, and did the running around shoulder tackles. Balor got tossed back in the ring, and then Strowman decked Rush with a clothesline and hit him with a choke slam. And Lashley then walked away, deciding not worth getting in there to help his partner. And then Rush ate the power slam and the pinfall.
So dissension among the ranks.
Seems like it.
Again.
Yep.
Did they take the belt off of Balor just to turn around and give it back to him at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of lame.
Yep.
Anyway, points.
Yep. So and everybody gets pre-match. Everybody except Braun gets pre-match promo also.
Yep.
So let's see here. You scroll over here. I can sort this out. Hang on. All right, so Braun Strowman here gets 5 points for being in the match. No, Strowman won. We'll do him last. Let me amend that. Bobby Lashley gets 5 for being in the match. Bobby Lashley gets 3 points for evading a power slam at one point. And 2 points for a flatliner and a spear. It's going to be 10 points to Lashley. Lio Rush gets 5 points for being in the match. And 2 moves for a frog splash and a sunset flip. Is 7 points to Lio Rush. All right. So Finn Balor gets 5 points for being in the match. He gets 15 for being on the winning team, is 20. And he gets 4 moves for a basement drop kick, an elbow drop, a double stomp, and a boot to the face. It's 24 points to Balor. All right. And Braun Strowman gets 20 points for winning, 5 points for being in the match is 25. And Strowman gets a corner splash, 2 Beal throws, a clothesline, a choke slam, and a running power slam. For a grand total of 32 points to Braun.
Okay. Braun.
Yes. 52 and 5. 4, 2, 57. All right. All right. We see Ronda Rousey arriving at the arena with her husband, Travis Brown. Referee John Cone went up to her with security behind him and informed her that she was late, and she said she didn't care. And Cone said that they had extra security because of her actions last week. Ronda still didn't care, and she and Travis walked away. So it's a promo to Ronda, I guess. Alexa Bliss then entered for the moment of bliss. Through to a commercial at this point. And then it came back for the actual show.
Okay.
Alexa Bliss started the show by reminding us that she is the host of WrestleMania, and so she asked the announcers to run down some of the big matches at Mania, which they did. She then said that she feels like she's a really good talk show host, and claimed that she is inspiring people like Lily Singh hosting a late-night talk show.
Okay, then.
Nobody seemed to know who that is. Anyway, she introduced her guest, Elias.
Apparently, Alexa wants to walk with Elias.
Yes. So apparently Lily Singh was at WrestleMania one year. She's a YouTube star that's taking over Carson Daly's 1:30 in the morning talk show on NBC. So there you go. Anyway, Elias came out with a guitar, sat down in the chair. Bliss welcomed him, and noting that this is a safe place, he won't be interrupted here. And Bliss talked about how they've both fallen victim to interruptions, but nobody's going to interrupt this special presentation. Elias said that he's the headline musical act at WrestleMania, being his big announcement. And that they will take place in the great city of New York. Elias then talked about the fans, saying that if his performance at WrestleMania was a game-winning field goal, he would make it every single time. The fans booed because that was a shot at the Bears. Elias said that on that night, if anybody dares to interrupt him, then they... No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. So the conga line came out. But instead of being led by No Way Jose, the conga line was being led by Otis Dozovic. And Tucker Knight was also in the conga line. A few people back. And they congaed around, and Bliss apologized to Elias, explaining that she did invite the conga line, but she invited them for the end of the show. And she did not invite Heavy Machinery, and said that if she knew this was going to go like this, then why the hell did they have 10 rehearsals this afternoon? Elias then got in Otis's face, and suddenly a guy in a Chicago Cubs t-shirt and a mask attacks Elias from behind and takes off his mask to reveal No Way Jose, who was in the conga line.
By the way, it's really quick, just for those who are wondering, Lily Singh, she's like a YouTuber, but she apparently is going to have a late night talk show on NBC that's replacing Last Call with Carson Daly.
I literally said that.
I did not hear you say that at all. All I heard you say is that no one knows who she was, and then you just moved on.
And then after I talked about the Alexa's comment, it was mentioned in the thing here in the recap who she was, and I explained it.
Oh, I didn't
say it, folks. Part. Pay attention.
I'm fairly certain you didn't say that. Okay, I'll have to go back and rewatch. Or
go back and rewatch. I did. Anyway, so yeah, that happened.
Fair. No way, Jose.
So after the Chiefs shot with their commercial and came back to a match between Elias and No Way Jose.
Okay, then.
So we'll do this first. Promo to Alexa.
Yeah. Promo to Elias.
Yep. And I guess we'll give a mini to Heavy Machinery for being in the conga line. Okay, and what else? No Way Jose with an assault.
Okay, right.
Okay. Then the match, Elias versus No Way Jose. Not a particularly long match. Jose with a running splash to try to take control early on. Some arm drags, basically trying to keep the pace going fast. And the conga line was dancing around trying to get the crowd to interact, but the crowd did not give a shit. Jose went up for a cross body block, but Elias moved and Jose crashed to the mat. Elias then took control with a clothesline. And Jose tried to counter with some back elbows, but Elias hit him with a body slam and a knee drop. Went up top and almost lost his balance, hitting an elbow drop off the top rope, and then finished up with a drift away.
Okay, then.
So, your winner, Elias. So, No Way Jose is going to get 5 points for being in the match. And that's one for well, that was an attempt. That wasn't a move. So that doesn't really count. So that was basically No Way Jose gets 5 for being in the match and nothing else. He gets 5 for showing up. Elias gets 20 for winning this match. He gets 5 for being in. It's 25. He gets 1 point for the let's do this. 25. He gets 3 for evading the crossbody. Is 28. 1 for an elbow. The elbow drop off the top rope is 29, and 1 for the drift away is an even 30 points for Elias.
Elias.
Yep. Which puts him at 305 live.
Okay.
All right. So moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my freaking recap? I lost the window. There it is. Okay. We're going to commercial, and then we came back to Kurt Angle, who was here with a special WrestleMania announcement. And Kurt said that the farewell tour continues because he gets to have a match tonight in Chicago, Illinois. And Angle announced that WrestleMania is where he'll compete for the last time. At least at the WWE. The fans chanted, "Thank you, Kurt." And Kurt said that he wants to thank the McMahon family for letting him pick his WrestleMania opponent. And Angle says there are so many men he wants to face at WrestleMania, but there's especially one guy he wants to beat at WrestleMania, Baron Corbin. Angle wants to make Corbin tap out at WrestleMania because it will make him happy. Although the Dirt Teacher indicating this may get changed because there's apparently been massive backlash from the fans about Baron Corbin being in this match.
Yeah, because come on, if it's going to be Kurt's last match, no one wants to see that.
Well, let me ask you, Jeff, what do you want to see?
Anything but that.
Well, promo to Kurt while I'm doing it. Well, who would you like to see him face if it's his last match?
I don't know, like I mentioned last week, Shelton Benjamin threw his name in the mix, and that'd be more appropriate than fucking Baron Corbin. Cena's been thrown around, which makes sense because Cena was his debut match. It's fitting he'd be the final match. I don't know.
Other way around, he was Cena's debut match.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Either way, one of them had a debut match.
Because Kurt was around for years before Cena showed up. It's just Cena's debut match was against Kurt.
Fair. But that still makes it appropriate for that to be the final match. Personally, I'd like to see it against a young person that deserves a push, but like, even though Baron Corbin fits that, it's like, yeah, but there's other people who deserve it more. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think who would be a good Kurt Angle match. Like, honestly, if I had to pick my dream match, and this won't happen because of whatever with all the crap's going on, but if I had to pick my dream match with Angle, I'd want to see Angle versus Bryan, because I think that'd be a hell of a match. But Bryan's on a different show, and he's the champ, so that's not going to happen.
Yep. Impact throwback. I wouldn't mind seeing Kurt wrestle AJ, but he's already got a match booked.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But technically speaking, that's a match we've seen like dozens of times. I mean, we haven't seen it, but that's a match that's happened dozens of times.
Right.
Just go to the interwebs and you'll probably see at least one of them. But that'd be a good match. I mean, hell, Kurt versus Finn would be a fantastic match.
That would also be good.
And Lord knows Finn could use the push.
Yeah, that is true. But I think Finn's going to get the push from The Undertaker.
Fair.
Unless he ends up just facing Lashley again for the title at Mania, which they could do that too.
Yeah. There's so many other people, both on the main roster and the NXT roster, that, no offense, more deserving than Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
The only reason Baron Corbin even remotely makes sense is because the storyline never really had a finish. But it's like, really, your finish is going to be Kurt's retirement match? Like,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Just no.
I got a Kurt Angle retirement match against his son, Jason Jordan.
If Jason Jordan could still actually wrestle, yes. But I think he's effectively retired and never able to wrestle again at this point.
That's what it sounds like.
He's been out over a year. He's not coming back.
Yeah, probably not.
He done fucked himself over.
Mm. Well, if you want a good counter option, we follow up this Angle announcement promo with the aforementioned Kurt Angle match, which happens to be against Chad Gable.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd be another option too.
So they did some mat wrestling to start, showed off their amateur backgrounds. Gable used his speed to trip Angle up and lock him in a headlock. And the announcers put over Gable idolizing Kurt Angle growing up, which was true. They went back and forth for a while. Shoulder tackle, elbow smash, Angle with an over the head, belly to belly. Gable rolled out of the ring, but then took control with an armbar. Angle countered with a whip into the turnbuckle, then a front headlock. Basically, just good old-fashioned wrestling between these two guys.
Yeah.
We went to a commercial spot when Gable got clotheslined over the top rope. Fell out to the floor. We came back with Angle hitting 2 clotheslines and then a back body drop. Gable did a sunset flip off the middle rope, but Angle rolled through it and tried for an ankle lock, but Gable countered that into a 2-count pinfall roll-up. Angle then hit a German suplex, but Gable slipped out. After that, Gable got back up and applied an ankle lock, and the fans booed him for putting Kurt in an ankle lock. Angle then sent Chad Gable into the corner, and then attempted an angle slam, but Gable countered that into a DDT. Gable went for a moonsault, but Angle moved. Gable crashed and burned. They got put in an ankle lock. He then took Gable to the mat and grapevine the leg in the ankle lock, and Gable was forced to tap out.
Nice.
So
or tell me how this would be for a dream match, final match, combo debut.
Okay.
Kurt Angle versus Kenny Omega.
There you go.
Like, that would be one hell of a debut on WWE for Kenny Omega.
That it would. All right. So anyway. So Chad Gable is going to get 5 for being in the match. He's going to get 3 for getting out of that first ankle lock. And he's going to get 1 for an armbar.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 9 points to Chad Gable. What's it been? 260. Kurt's going to get 20 for winning the match. He's going to get 5 for being in the match. It's 25. He had a belly-to-belly suplex. A front headlock's not really a move, I don't think.
No.
All right. Yeah, so belly-to-belly suplex. An ankle lock. A German suplex. An ankle slam. And evasion of a moonsault. And then another ankle lock.
Did he counter out of Gable's ankle lock?
Yeah, and an escape from Gable's ankle lock, yes. Total of 34 points to Kurt.
Sexy Kurt.
Yep. And that was 58, 262. And actually, I gave him the right points because he had 9 points, but I forgot to include a Gable. It was the 5 for competing. It was 1 for the arm bar, and then it was 3 for escaping the actually, hang on, no, let me amend this. Yeah, 3 for the ankle lock escape, but why is that? No, Gable should have 1 more point because he did that. He did the ankle lock, which is Risa got confused. I thought that was a move thief on Kurt. She didn't realize Gable also does that move.
Doesn't matter. It's still the same point. Still 1 point regardless for the move.
Right, but she didn't count it for a move on the move thief part.
Ew. Okay.
That was the problem. Is she didn't count it for a move thief, so that because she only counted the arm bar above and then the move. So it should. So there
Fair.
should be another. So it should be a 10 and not 9. So it's 1 extra point to Chad Gable.
Fair.
All right. That was an accident. That happens. I've done that too. Anyway, moving along. The recap. Post-match, Angle helped Gable up, and they hugged each other and held each other's hands up and saluted the crowd. So respect from these two guys. Baron Corbin came out with the microphone saying that he enjoyed taking Kurt's job as GM of Raw, and he'll enjoy beating Kurt in his last match, and that people will remember the last match with Corbin beating Angle. The people booed. Promo to Baron Corbin.
So you think they're going to bury that feud before WrestleMania and announce someone else to face Kurt at WrestleMania?
That's what it sounds like, according to the dirt sheets. Grain of salt, but that's what I'm hearing.
Fair.
Anyway, video package of Drew McIntyre assaulting people last week. Commercial break. We come back from the commercial break to Corbin talking to the Revival backstage. And Apollo Crews walked up and challenged Baron Corbin to a match.
Okay.
Corbin did started basically talking crap to him, and Crews cut him off and said, Corbin said that he'll have the match, and Crews said that he makes things difficult. That's why he has no friends. Corbin said the Revival were his friends, and the Revival were like, no, we're not, and they left. So a promo to Corbin and Crews, and I guess the Revival.
Nice. You know what?
What?
I was just thinking. You asked me who I'd want to see Kurt's final match be against.
Mm-hmm.
I have an answer for you now. I know who I would want to be the final match.
Okay.
Drew Gulak in his main roster debut.
There you go.
I think that'd be a fantastic match. And two technical wrestlers just going at it, two submission specialists going at it.
That would be good.
And I could see Drew not being your out and out heel for this match because Angle doesn't fly. So I could see Drew actually respecting the mat technician that is Kurt Angle.
I can see that.
All right, go ahead.
Sasha and Bayley came out. They were interviewed by Charlie Caruso, who mentioned the Iconics' claim that Banks and Bayley were ducking them. And Bayley said they're going to defend their titles against anyone, and noted that Bayley noted that they're going to be on SmackDown Live tomorrow night, and it's going to be iconic. And Banks said that as far as WrestleMania goes, but before she could finish speaking, they were interrupted by Natalya. Natalya was then joined on the stage by her tag team partner, Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
And Phoenix and Natalya entered the ring and announced that they would love to have had the opportunity to be women's tag team champions when Beth was competing full time. And Beth said that she was content to watch the women's evolution take place before her eyes while she was on commentary, but complained about Nia and Tamina while adding they awoke the dragon. Beth said that maybe her and Natalya's dream can become a reality, and said that since Banks and Bayley are saying they'll take on all comers anytime, anywhere, she's ready to stand beside the very best in WWE and Natalya and challenge them for the women's tag titles at WrestleMania. And Beth pointed at the sign. The fans reacted.
It's a huge opportunity.
Okay.
Her last name is Phoenix.
Yep.
It's not Awoke the Dragon. It should be, I was content to sit by and just watch everything. But last week, the fire still burns, and they stoked it. And the Phoenix is starting to rise from the ashes. Come on, it kind of writes itself.
That is true.
She had the full opportunity to just literally rip a page out of your playbook, and she didn't do it.
Because she doesn't want to deal with my copyright infringement claim.
What do you mean? She had the Phoenix name first.
Yeah, but she's never used the Phoenix gimmick.
True, although her logo has always been a Phoenix.
True, but she's always been the Glamazon.
True. Fair enough, continue.
Anyway, so there was some light yes chanting at this. Bayley said that would be a huge honor, but wondered if they wanted more time to prepare, and talked about how Beth has been retired for 6 years and competition around here has evolved. And Natalya said that with all due respect, this is Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon, and she's a WWE Hall of Famer. And Natalya noted that it was in this very arena in Chicago where she won the women's championship. And Natalya asked if they think Beth is afraid to fight somebody like them. And Sasha said that they live and breathe for this business, so they know who Beth is. And Banks and Natalya said that Natalya is riding Beth's coattails to have a WrestleMania match.
Ouch.
Natalya then slapped Sasha in the face. So that went back and forth, and this led to Natalya taking on Sasha Banks with their respective partners in their corners.
Okay, then.
So a promo to all those ladies. I'll just add the promo at the end of the match points. Fucking, I'm not going to score twice.
Okay.
So it wasn't a long match. Natalya started in control with an abdominal stretch on Sasha. It was a counter by Sasha to sit on, get her under for a 2 count. She whipped Natalya back first to the turnbuckle, then hit a double knee attack. Natalya moved and hit Sasha with a clothesline. Nia Jax then showed up with a microphone mid-match and said that she has done more in 3 years than Phoenix did in her entire career.
Ouch.
She said that Phoenix is jealous of her and noted that she's the prettier, stronger version of the Glamazon.
Okay, then.
Tamina then popped up at ringside out of nowhere, shoved Beth Phoenix into a ring post, and super kicked Bailey and Sasha, causing a DQ.
Okay, then.
Nia Jax finished up adding a "See ya" at WrestleMania.
Triple threat match.
Seems that way. All right, so let's see here. So Nia gets 6 for interference.
So does Tamina, apparently.
Yeah, Tamina gets 6 for interference, 2 super kicks. It is 8 points to Tamina. All right. And then we have, let's see. Bailey and Natalya. Sorry, Bailey and Beth, rather, were just kind of at ringside until Tamina showed up. So I guess that's did they get accompanied if they were already out there and the match was spontaneous?
I would say yes, since they were like managers and they stayed at the.
Okay.
Right,
So Bailey and Beth each get 5. Yeah, I think Beth is down here somewhere. All right. Wrong button. There we go. All right, match-wise, it was a DQ. So let's see, Sasha and Natalya. Natalya gets 5 for being in the match, and she hit the 1 abdominals. She did the 1 abdominal stretch. So that would be 6 points for Natalya. $242.
The clothesline that she hit, was that the Natty by Nature?
I don't know.
Because that's her signature clothesline, her fucking discus clothesline.
Yeah, it does not say.
Yeah, give her a point for it. It probably was.
Okay. Okay. And then Sasha gets 5 for being in the match. And she gets a double knee attack. Counter stretch doesn't really count for Sasha. So, yeah, Sasha gets 6.
Great. I got screwed.
Yep. All right, so that happened. All right, Bailey, we got Sasha with 8. Okay, cool. Rolling along. Next, we cut to Mojo Rawley in a darkened room.
Still.
And he said that, I'm assuming he's still talking. Yeah, he's looking in the mirror. He's like, he despises the word potential. How good was potential if you don't use it? I don't understand why you can't figure this out. Figure it out! Promo to Mojo Rawley.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they building up to Mojo Rawley versus Bray Wyatt?
I don't know.
Because that'd be interesting because you have Mojo Rawley who's just slowly going insane and going nuts, and Bray Wyatt who, in character, has, for all intents and purposes, been purified.
Yeah.
And is no longer completely insane, supposedly.
Yes. Anyway. We then go to a commercial. And we come back to the commercial for a one-on-one match between Ricochet and Jinder Mahal.
Gender sucks. Gender sucks.
Pretty much. Jinder lost in about 7 minutes.
Oh.
It was noted by the commentators that this is a one-on-one match because Aleister Black was back home conducting business.
Okay.
But as helpfully noted by Mr. Kant, and actually he was on his honeymoon with his wife Zelina Vega.
Oh.
But they're not going to say that.
So that'd be why Andrade was not on SmackDown. That makes sense.
Yep. Anyway, so of course the Singh brothers immediately got involved by trying to grab Ricochet's feet to mess him up. And Jinder Mahal took some control of the match with a knee to drop to the head. Anyway, Mahal kept Ricochet grounded with a chin lock for a while and basically tried to keep the match going slow. There was a whip into the turnbuckle and then another chin lock. Ricochet eventually hit a drop kick sending Mahal into the turnbuckle, flying head scissors, springboard clothesline, standing shooting star for a 2, cartwheel over the top to take out the Singh brothers and Mahal, which apparently that move was referred to as a space flying tiger drop.
Okay.
That's apparently the name of the move. Then Mahal got back in the ring. Ricochet went up top, 630 and a pinfall.
So basically, they fed him Jinder Mahal to keep him relevant.
Yes,
While Black was on honeymoon.
that is accurate.
Fair.
So the Singh brothers get interference, as they are wont to do. So they get 6 points each for interfering in this match. As well as 5 each for accompaniment. So that's 11 each to the Singh brothers. So Sunil and Samir, let's see here. That's 91. And Sunil's going to be at 77. Okay. And then we're going to have Jinder Mahal gets 5 points for being in the match. And again, we see points here for Mahal's chin locks. He might have a chin lock, actually. Do you think?
I have no idea what his moveset is.
All right, well, we'll count it. 2 points for Mahal. It's going to be 7 points total for Jinder Mahal.
All right.
How many did I just say? 7? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 4, what's that? 103. Okay. Ricochet gets 20 points for winning this match. He gets 5 for being in this match. And he gets 5 moves for a leaping kick, a springboard clothesline, a standing shooting star press, which he refers to as heliocentricity, the space flying tiger drop, and a 630. For a total of 30 points to Ricochet. Okay. Moving on. So now this is interesting.
Yes.
They announced the winner of the next Hall of Fame inductee, which was the winner of this year's Warrior Award.
Okay.
And this year it's Sue Aitchison. I think is how you pronounce her name.
Okay.
And so they announced this person. I'm like, all right, who is this person? And then they did the little video, and I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
I'm not going to hold my breath on this this being a trend that they're going to start. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
This year, the Warrior Award, it's actually what the Ultimate Warrior intended it to be.
Oh?
Not for the exact reason, but it's close enough.
Okay.
Because Sue Aitchison has worked for the WWE for the last 33 years.
Okay.
And Cole said personally that he's known her for 22 years. And they talked about how she's been one of WWE's outreach people. She's in charge of their relationships with other companies and businesses, and she coordinates all of the Make-A-Wish kids and all the other charity work that the WWE does. So that's very cool that somebody, you know, that's what the Warrior intended. That though he wanted the award to be for WWE, you know, people behind the scenes that don't get noticed, and she fits both that and the existing definition of people who do really good, you know, charity type work. So that actually meets the goal for the Warrior Award this year. So that's really cool.
Nice.
Good for her.
Indeed.
So we then had a commercial break. To note, during that commercial break, Becky Lynch was in a Head & Shoulders shampoo commercial.
Okay, then.
So that's a thing. And we go to Seth freaking Rollins in the backstage area.
Okay.
He's interviewed by Dasha, and Rollins says that it's simple because if you hurt his brothers, you better be prepared to get hurt. And tonight is for Dean. Tonight is for Roman, and it's for Brock Lesnar too. And he hopes Lesnar is watching because he'll beat Drew, and then he'll burn Suplex City to the ground at WrestleMania. And it's a promo to Rollins. And that's me with flashbacks to an Austin promo from the Attitude Era.
Oh.
You know, Rock, you keep saying go down Know Your Role Boulevard, go to Jabroni Drive. Well, Stone Cold's going to do just that. He's going to roll in to the SmackDown Hotel, check right into room 316, and burn that son of a bitch to the ground.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that promo.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
I remember that promo now. That was a great promo.
Yeah. Moving along, we cut to Dana Brooke, who's interviewed by Charlie Caruso near the gorilla position. And she wondered if Dana Brooke was ready. This Dana Brooke is challenging for the Raw Women's title tonight. And, you know, whether she was ready. And Brooke said that on the road to WrestleMania, dreams become reality while underdogs make history. And said that she might not be better than Ronda Rousey, but she doesn't have to be better than Ronda Rousey overall. She just has to be better than Ronda Rousey for 3 seconds to become the new Raw Women's Champion. Cole wondered if Dana Brooke could have the greatest upset of all time, and Corey Graves said that he was an idiot for believing that possible. Dana Brooke made her entrance. Nobody cared.
Okay, then.
Ronda was already out there. She came out before the commercial break. I guess was just standing out there. And we go to the match, which went as follows. Dana Brooke grabbed Ronda Rousey's foot. I don't know if she went for a kick or what happened, but Dana Brooke grabbed Rousey's foot, slapped Rousey across the face. Rousey spun around into a knee to the face, and then ripped Dana Brooke's arm off.
Okay, then.
That lasted about 15 seconds.
Okay, then.
So, put Rousey over. Rousey held on to the armbar for about 10 seconds after the bell as Dana Brooke screamed in pain. Then referees went in the ring, and Rousey started shoving referees around. She then went over to her husband, Travis Brown, in the crowd, and security guys came to the ringside area, so Ronda started beating up security guys. Travis Brown then carried Ronda Rousey over the barricade, and they walked to the back, while Corey Graves noted that Travis was the only one that could calm Ronda Rousey down when she gets like that. Ronda Rousey was booed. So, Dana Brooke gets 5 points for having the balls to come out here and try this. That's her at 60. Ronda Rousey is going to get a buttload of points for doing almost nothing. Let's see. Ronda gets 20 for winning the match and 25 for a title retention. It's going to be 45 points for that. She's going to have 5 points for being in the match is 50, and 1 for the armbar is 51 points to Ronda. And I'm going to throw Ronda 4 points for assaulting a bunch of security guards.
Fair.
So that's 55 points to Ronda. Five becomes 90. 5 becomes 95. 598.
Does her
right.
husband get points for a main roster debut?
No, he was just in the crowd. He's more of a management debut, but still, we'll see what happens.
Fair, because he is a WWE superstar, from what I understand.
Yeah, but I don't think that counts as a main roster debut.
Fair.
Anyway, so after all that happens, we see Dana Brooke left in the ring, grabbing her left arm in pain as the referees went to check on her. And the announcers wondered whether that arm was broken. All right, we then moved along. After we cleared all that up, we had the next match. This match had no intros because they were showing replays of Ronda's assault, but Apollo Crews took on Baron Corbin in the aforementioned match.
Okay.
And Apollo Crews won this match after about 4 minutes via a roll-up of doom.
Wow. Further proof that Baron Corbin doesn't deserve the match against Kurt Angle.
No, well, during the course of the end of the match here, Corbin went for a chokeslam backbreaker. Crews got out of it, so Corbin hit him with a deep 6 instead and got a 2 count. Corbin then worked over Crews with a bunch of punches. And while he was doing this, the fans started chanting, "We want Cena."
Wow.
This pissed Baron Corbin off more, and he screamed at them that he's going to WrestleMania. Good luck with that. Anyway. So Apollo Crews is going to get 5. I'll have to do Baron Corbin's going to get 5 points for being in that match. That's about it. Didn't really do shit all else. Actually, no, he had a deep 6. That's a lie. He did have a deep 6. So that's 6 points to Baron Corbin.
Okay.
Okay. And then Apollo Crews gets 20 for winning the match. He gets 5 for being in it as 25. And he gets some points here. Let's see. He gets 3 points for countering the chokeslam backbreaker attempt. He gets 1 for a moonsault. So that's actually 4. Yeah, so that's okay. It's 29 points to Apollo Crews then. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. 29 points to Apollo. Which is going to be 209. Okay. After the win, Kurt Angle came out on the stage besides Apollo Crews to celebrate the win, while Corbin argued with the referee. We then had a commercial break. We saw a clip last week of the Batista Triple H match being set up. And we come back to Batista being interviewed from his home in Tampa. Purportedly live, but probably not really. Batista said that he didn't like Triple H, and since he left, he wanted to have this one last match with him. And Michael Cole was conducting the interview, by the way. And Cole said that's a vague answer while asking if this goes back to Evolution. And Batista said it goes way further than that because people say that he owes his career to Triple H, and said that Hunter uses people to make him look good like DX and Evolution. Same thing. And said that Hunter used him to protect him. He talked down to him and underestimated him. Cole said that 9 years ago Batista quit, and he asked him if he blamed Triple H for this. And Batista said that, yeah, he blamed Hunter, and to stop saying that he quit. He talks about how he had somebody jealous of him that was insecure and won't give him his fair opportunity, and that Hunter didn't think he was a big enough star. He talks about his worldwide fame, movie star status, and how he's in control now, and in a position of control without Hunter, and now he's getting the match that he deserves. Cole countered, saying that Triple H has been nothing but fair to himself, Cole, in his career. And Batista cut him off, saying that Hunter was the cerebral assassin, and he's got them all fooled, and called Hunter the most insecure, jealous control freak he's ever met. Batista said he had 2 things before he wraps this up. 1, he hopes that Vince fires Hunter's ass. And 2, he's going to end Hunter's career at WrestleMania. And this interview is over. So, promo to Batista.
Triple H still has a career?
Apparently.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, well.
He has a career as much as The Undertaker does at this point.
Yeah. Because that's true. I mean, they have wrestled a number of times in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. We have the graphic for that match. Then Charlie Caruso set up a replay of Braun Strowman destroying that car that Colin Jost sent him last week. We just to remind us about that. Braun Strowman was then interviewed and said that he didn't care what those 2 SNL idiots say. These guys have got him so angry, he's going to enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal just so he can beat up as many people as possible.
Okay, then. So
Alexa Bliss then showed up saying that she's going to broker peace between Strowman and the SNL guys and asked him to give her 1 week, and Braun said, fine, I'll give you a week. Let's see what you can do. Immediately following this, we went to a commercial break where they showed the commercial for that Braun Strowman toy car combo that I showed you last week.
So, basically, because they have nothing for him and they feel sorry for him, as a pity offering, they're throwing the fucking trophy at him. Is that what they're doing?
The trophy and some guest host storyline.
Wow, I feel so bad for Braun. That he's basically getting that out of pity because, like, we got to give you something and we got nothing for you. It's like, fuck you. If I was Braun, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, fuck you. You know damn well that trophy is for people who go nowhere. Or for people like, say Matt Hardy, who are like, it's just another achievement notch on his belt because he's done everything already.
Yeah, like Big Show.
Yeah, exactly. But you giving it to me, that's fucking like a pity thing. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd be hella pissed if they did that. If I was Braun Strowman.
It'd be funny as hell if Braun Strowman. Then again, they could, if they wanted to sell it, I guess they could. I mean, in reality, Braun Strowman should be pissed as wait. So, you just made me have this crappy feud with Corbin, and now you're going to give me the trophy that he had. Like, really? We're going to do this? But in reality, he could pick that as, I'm going to win that Battle Royal and prove that, unlike Baron Corbin, winners of that trophy don't have to suck and have shitty careers.
Despite the fact that the winner kind of sucks and has a shitty career.
Well, that's his point. He's going to win it and prove that that's not the case. He's going to be the exception.
No, I'm talking about Braun. I'm talking about if he wins it, it's still, I'm sorry, you're a good wrestler, but let's be honest, Braun, you have a shitty career. Your entire career is you choking every moment, every chance you get. You literally have the big man career in the WWE, which is we need to do everything in our power to make him look like a legitimate threat, except pull the trigger to make him look like a legitimate threat. He chokes every goddamn time. That's literally the Big Show's career. He chokes every goddamn time. So no, Braun, you literally have a shitty career. I'm sorry. I like you, but you literally have a shitty career. I'm sorry.
He's still got a better career than Big Show. He hasn't had Vince's head shoved up his ass yet.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Especially
Anyway.
if Vince has resurrected Mr. McMahon, there is still time.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so after a commercial break, we cut to Drew McIntyre in the ring. You see, actions speak louder than words. So instead of talking, I'm going to roll the footage. Roll it.
I would also point out, you remember what happened the last time they gave Braun a trophy?
Yeah, we haven't seen it since.
Exactly, that's my point. No, you don't, because it's fucking irrelevant. That's what happens when you give Braun Strowman a trophy. It becomes irrelevant, just like Braun Strowman.
They gave him a belt, too.
Again, irrelevant.
I imagine if we get down to the fall and they go back to Saudi Arabia, it will become relevant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we see McIntyre beating up Roman Reigns last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was noted by Cole that Roman Reigns was not here because he was not medically cleared to be here after that assault.
Mm.
See, when Roman Reigns returned, everybody rejoiced because the big dog was back. But see, that Reigns wasn't the same at Fastlane because he let his Shield brothers do the work. But the Shield is no more. Yeah, so instead, Seth Rollins has to come out and attack me from behind with a chair. I want to speak to Roman Reigns, not the superstar. I want to speak to Joe the man. Because that's what you wanted us to do, speak to Joe the father that is sitting on the couch at home because of me. If you want to be a hero to all these people, then I have a challenge for you. Roman Reigns, I challenge you to a fight at WrestleMania. We know the answer already. Look to your children. Say no, choose your family, and note that these people don't give a damn about you. Reigns, if you fight me at WrestleMania, what I did last week will be nothing. I will hurt you, Roman Reigns. I will maim you, and I will destroy you. On the grandest stage of them all, you will never beat me. So there's a Mania match.
So basically what you're saying is Roman Reigns comes back and immediately completely screws Dean Ambrose out of his final WrestleMania match.
Seems like it.
Wow. Fuck you, Dean.
Why fuck Dean?
Because he's the one getting fucked over. It's basically him saying, fuck you, Dean. My match, not yours.
I guess. Anyway, McIntyre gets a promo.
He just John Cena Dean Ambrose. That's kind of dick move, dude.
Yeah, well. Unfortunately, he only John Cena Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose has already CM Punk'd himself.
No, if you see him punked himself, he would have walked out already.
That's true. Anyway. Rollins popped up on the video screen in gorilla position and said that right there is why he did what he did to him earlier tonight. And here's a replay of Rollins attacking McIntyre with a chair. And then Rollins said that was for his brothers and that this is for him. Seth Rollins headed out to made his entrance. McIntyre met him in the aisle and they beat each other up on the ramp. Eventually, referees and producers broke it up. Rollins got in the ring while McIntyre was still in the aisle. We went to a commercial and then came back to the actual match, which also happens to be the main event.
So promos and assaults all around.
Yeah, you have a promo already. We're gonna give a promo to Rock, but we'll throw the assault to McIntyre here. And the 8, and then Rollins gets 9 for a promo and an assault. Yeah, let's set Rollins. Rollins, there we go. Is 498. All right. So then we had the match of Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. McIntyre was in control with an armbar. Rollins tried to get going. McIntyre hit 2 vertical suplexes and got a 2 count. Then applied another armbar, basically controlling Rollins. Rollins managed to come back with some strikes, and they ended up battling out to the floor. Rollins went for a moonsault off the steps, but McIntyre moved and Rollins hit the floor hard. Ow. That led to a commercial break. We came back to McIntyre still on offense, talking trash to Seth Rollins, saying that he took his brothers out. Rollins threw McIntyre out of the ring, then went for a suicide dive, but McIntyre caught him and sent him back first into the barricade. That's a counter. What else? So after that happened, McIntyre went to grab a steel chair. And John Cone told him not to use the chair, and that was a long enough distraction for Rollins to super kick him in the face. Both men were on the floor, but both made it back in the ring in a count of 9. Rollins clotheslined McIntyre back out of the ring, then hit 2 straight suicide dives, threw him back in the ring and hit a sling blade, and then a kick to the face and got a 2. And the fans chanted, "Burn it down." And McIntyre powered out of the buckle bomb attempt, caught Rollins on his shoulders and hit a reverse Alabama slam that sent Rollins face and shoulder first crashing into the mat. They battled by the turnbuckle, and Rollins hit a superplex into the Falcon Arrow combo, and I got a 2. The fans chanted, "Burn it down" again. Rollins kicked McIntyre in the ribs. Then Brock Lesnar's music hits, and Lesnar came out to the stage with Paul Heyman. This distracted Seth Rollins on the top rope, and so McIntyre Claymore kicked Rollins and got a pinfall.
Okay, then.
So that happened.
All points to me.
Yeah, at least I think Heyman was on. Oh, yeah, Heyman was there. Yep, okay. After the match, McIntyre posed on top of Rollins while the referee raised his hand. Lesnar and Heyman laughed about Rollins losing while Rollins stared at them.
From being on the ground with Drew's foot up his ass?
What do you mean?
Well, you said he posed on top of Rollins.
Yeah.
So Rollins looked at him from the mat where Drew was standing on him?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless it was after Drew got off him.
Okay, then.
Anyway. So Lesnar and Heyman with interference.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paulus. Yeah, bro. All right. And Drew McIntyre won the match, so we'll do Rollins first. Seth Rollins gets 5 points for being in the match.
Okay.
He gets 4 points for being in the main event, is 9. And he gets 6 move points for 2 suicide dives, a sling blade, 2 kicks, and a Falcon Arrow combo.
Mm-hmm.
It's 15 points to Seth Rollins.
Didn't he counter something?
No, McIntyre countered him twice.
Multiple times? Okay.
He countered his moonsault attempt and his and he got out of the buckle bomb attempt.
Fair.
I see a moonsault and a suicide dive. Did he counter both?
He countered the suicide dive. I remember that.
Yeah.
He countered the moonsault. Is that a third one then?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Because I could have swore you said that Rollins countered something because you were like, well, that's a counter.
No, I said that to Drew catching Rollins off the suicide dive.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Rollins countered nothing. Fair.
And yeah, Rollins went for the
buckle bomb.
No, Rollins did the moonsault attempt off the stairs, and Drew moved, so that is a counter.
Okay, so that's 3 counters for Drew. Okay, so
Yeah.
Rollins gets no counters, so go ahead and total that. My bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So what was that total on Rollins?
That's what I'm checking out here. So Seth Rollins had 15 points.
Okay.
Like I said. And then Drew McIntyre is going to get 20 for winning. 5 for being for winning the main event is 25. 5 for being in a match overall is 30. 4 for being in the main event is 34. 3 actual moves in the reverse Alabama slam. Actually, 4. 2 vertical suplexes, the reverse Alabama slam, and a Claymore. Which would be 5, 30, 34. Hang on. 34, and then what did I say? 2 more, so that's 38 points, and then 3 evasions, is another 9 points. Would be 43 points. No, wait, that's not right.
47.
47?
9 and 8 is 17. It's 47 points.
That can't be right. Hang on. No, that's not right here.
You said 38 plus 9 is 47.
I know, but something's not right here. Hang on. It's 20 for winning.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 5 for being in a match. He gets 5 for winning the main event and 4 for being in the main event. Okay, that's 34.
Mm-hmm. Plus 4 moves is 38.
Yeah, all right. Well, plus 4 is 38, is that, and then plus 9 for the evasions. Yeah, 47. I don't know why I have it as 50. I must have miscounted that. My bad. I miscounted that. I had one less move. I don't know what the hell I'm doing today. I can't add. Anyway, 47 points to Drew McIntyre.
Right. Did you add the assaults to both gentlemen?
Yeah, we scored that before, didn't we? Or did we not do that?
Okay. I don't remember. Oh, I was actually going to ask you if you even did Rollins scores because I didn't see you scroll down to Rollins. But
I gave Rollins 15, didn't I?
I don't know.
Well, you're not helpful.
Because like I said, I don't recall you seeing actually scroll down to Rollins.
Oh, that's last. No, you're right. I didn't do Rollins. All right, Rollins gets 15 points.
Okay.
So put it
Fair.
at 513.
All right.
And then
that's your
Drew,
call.
like I said, was 47. We'll put that in.
Yes.
And then plus his existing 478. What's Drew at 525?
This is a massive push for Drew if Vince is literally putting him over the entirety of the Shield.
Yeah. Well, he is the chosen one.
Was the chosen one. He's now the Scottish psychopath.
Eh. Once chosen, you're always chosen.
I suppose. All right. To the smacketh down.
You are the chosen one, McIntyre. You are supposed to bring balance to the roster, not destroy it. No? Okay.
Don't do it, McIntyre. I have the high boom Claymore.
Pretty much.
So totals.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I will run those totals. Let me just.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Sorry.
Okay, May.
All right. So let's go and check those scores over here. Let me put this. It's the 17th, right? No, it's the 18th. All right, let's check these numbers. Sorry about the delay, folks. Let's go to see the scores. Refresh all. Here we go. All right, still in the lead at 81.05. It's extremely legit. Yes, movement in second at 74.52. Rowdy last kickers. I'm still in last at 53.92.
Damn.
All right. Going to the SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So SmackDown was coming from Indianapolis, Indiana this week. And Miz came out to open the show.
Okay.
And he proceeded to, he was wearing a suit. And he got in the ring and said, let's have a reminder of why we're here. And showed the footage of Shane attacking him at Fastlane. And then explaining the turn last week. And Shane announced that he's going to face The Miz at WrestleMania. So Miz talked about what this means to him while talking about the shortcuts that he took, the shortcuts that took his career in ruining friendships, and spoke about that how other than he's taken shortcuts and ruined friendships and really doesn't have a lot of friends in the WWE because he's always put his career above anybody else's, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
He said that other than his wife and daughter, he has a tough time maintaining friendships because of that instinct to put himself ahead. And he said that he had a genuine friendship with Shane McMahon, and it was all to prove himself to his dad, George. Speaking about how when his dad told him he loved him, it was one of the greatest things that happened for him, and it was because of Shane. And said that when he convinced Shane to be his partner, people were warning him about Shane, saying, be careful, Miz. The Shane you see on TV isn't who he really is backstage. But Miz didn't believe that. Hey, it's Shane. It's, the fun guy. And he was wrong about because at Fastlane, Shane attacked him from behind in front of his 68-year-old father. What kind of human being would do that? And then he put his hands on my 68-year-old father on his face and shoved him into his chair. Well, he said that, Miz said that something he'll remember forever is his dad yelling for somebody to please help him while his only son lay on the ground. He said that Shane is rotten to the core like his father, and that Shane isn't the best in the world. He's the worst. And he ranted about how, they may own this company, but they don't own him. And because this is going to be a recurring theme for the earlier portion of the night when people need to get cheap face heat, and they don't own Kofi either. Kofi champ. Miz talked about how he wasn't born privileged. He was born to flip burgers at his dad's restaurant. But he went out on his own and proved everybody wrong and became a champion, as well as the most must-see WWE superstar of all time. He did that and did it all on his own. He talks about how hard he's worked and how he's a proven success story, and his dad didn't give him love. He had to earn it. He said the fans didn't give him respect, and he had to earn that. And I'm pretty sure, after 13 years, I think right here, right now, I have earned it. That actually got a good pop from the crowd. And the fans went into a "You deserve it" chant. And the Miz added, "You're damn right I do." And he said that Shane deserves the one thing that he single-handedly earned all by himself, an ass whipping from me at WrestleMania. Promo to the Miz.
Well, that's one way to launch a face career. Put him against the heel McMahon at WrestleMania and have him win.
That has been known to work.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing with Kofi, except he's going to face Daniel Bryan, but it's the next best thing.
Yeah. Well, it worked.
Yep.
Anyway. So following all of that, went to a commercial break. There was a commercial for the Total Bella season finale airing on Sunday. Bailey and Sasha entered, and then the Iconics entered behind them with mics in hand. And Billie Kay welcomed them to SmackDown Live, with Royce adding that they look strange, instead of their win. While Kay joked that it was like their parents tried to pay their way into an Ivy League school. And they continued insults, recapping everything. And then Royce said that the Iconics are the best team in the women's tag division. And Billie Kay said that they saved the best for last, and it will be iconic. So, promo to the Iconics.
All right. Which are points that Tiff did not give them.
Oops.
It could be that the recap just never mentioned the promo.
That is possible.
Although yours did, but...
Yeah. And so she normally uses the same one I do, so she must have just missed that part somewhere along the way.
Fair.
So, we then had a tag team match between Sasha and Bailey versus the Iconics. It's a non-title match.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton started off and tried to get away early, but Banks and Bailey prevented that and kept her around. Billie Kay tagged in and Sasha tripped her up. Bailey then tagged in and hit a running clothesline. Lacey Evans' music hit for a distraction, and she walked down to the ring. Billie Kay hit a knee to the ribs of Bailey at this point. Lacey Evans then turned around and went to the back. Peyton tagged in, hit a knee to the back of Bailey, got a 2 off it as we go to commercial. Peyton was still in control when we got back, had her foot on Bailey's throat up against a turnbuckle. Billy tagged in. Bailey took her down by slamming her head into the mat, then got a hot tag against Royce with a... Sasha got a hot tag against Royce with a drop kick, knee to the face, and the double knees against the turnbuckle, followed by the Meteora double knees off the ropes. Billy broke up the pinfall attempt as Peyton then got a roll-up. Sasha countered this into a backslide attempt and then hit a knee to the head. She then knocked Billie Kay out to the floor, kicked Peyton Royce, but Billie Kay grabbed Banks' foot from outside the ring. Bailey ran towards her, and Billie Kay kicked Bailey down. Peyton then rolled Banks up from behind with her body on top, and Billie Kay then held onto Banks' hand to hold her down to successfully initiate the roll-up of doom.
So, fatal 4-way?
How do you figure?
Well, we already have a triple threat, and the Iconics just beat the tag team champions, so...
All right, the other two on Raw. Yeah, maybe a fatal 4-way. I can see it. WWE does like to giant multi-people matches at WrestleMania to get them on the card.
Although I think that would kind of devalue the women's championship since it was won on a fatal 4-way. It's like, no, come on. Let them be legitimate champs.
True. Technically, it wasn't won in a fatal 4-way. It was won in an elimination chamber.
That's true. That's still a multi-woman match.
Yeah. Anyway, points.
Bailey, 6.
Okay.
Actually, no, before we do Bailey, Lacey, 6.
Good call.
For interference.
Yes.
Then Bailey, 6.
Yep, hang on. That's going to be 74. Bailey. 449. Okay.
Sasha, 9, for doing all the work on the face team.
Yep. 9, 8, 6, 437.
Billie Kay.
Yep.
22 points. Being on
All
the
right.
team.
120.
And Peyton Royce, your winner. 26 points.
Okay. Those are 126 then. Cool.
Now we cut to Booyaka, Booyaka.
619. So Rey Mysterio was interviewed by Kayla Braxton in the locker room. And here was something. Here I did not see this coming. This was unexpected. Get this.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio's in the locker room. Calls someone over.
Okay.
In walks Rey's son Dominic, the infamous Dominic, who is now about a foot taller than him.
Okay then.
He's a good-sized dude. He could wrestle.
How old is the kid now?
I would say in the neighborhood of 18.
Oh, okay.
Did Ray mention that? According to the recapper, early 20s.
Okay.
Who's your papi?
The one that's still alive.
Ow.
What?
It's just mean to Eddie's memory. Don't do that.
He has done that himself?
I guess. Blame him for being a good heel.
True.
Anyway, Ray brought Dominic in, and Ray said that he's facing Samoa Joe for the U.S. title at WrestleMania, apparently.
Okay, then.
And it was Dominic said that he's going to be there at ringside to see his dad bring home another title. So, translation, Joe's going to attack Dominic at ringside.
And jumpstart his WWE career?
Anything's possible. But that's kind of Joe's shtick these days, is I'm going to threaten people's family members because that's how I get heel heat.
Apparently. The thing is, the only reason that actually worked with AJ Styles is because they're like fucking best friends, and like Joe actually like knows his wife and shit.
True.
Kind of doesn't work with someone he doesn't really know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, after this, Kevin Owens entered. We then went to a commercial break. And after the commercial break, it's time for the grand return of the KO show.
Okay, then.
Tonight's guest on the KO show is the one and only the man, Becky Lynch.
All right, then.
So KO came out, and KO was wearing his regular ring gear, including his T-shirt, and then a red tie on over his T-shirt and a sport coat.
So he took the Mick Foley approach.
Pretty much.
Okay, then.
Anyway, he got in the ring, and he said that that this year WrestleMania is about Kofi Kingston, and he'll be watching that gauntlet match very closely. He then transitioned to talking about the women's match and introduced the man, Becky Lynch. And Becky entered to a big ovation. The other guest is Charlotte. He's got them both tonight, I should say. So Charlotte came out next, and they both got in the ring. And Kevin Owens went over his cue cards that he had brought with him to remember what to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about some of the trash talk between these two women. And of course Ronda Rousey. And talked about how some of the things that Ronda had said to them, and noted that Flair has said that Lynch's 15 minutes are up, and that Lynch will go back to carrying Flair's bags by SummerSlam. And Owens mentioned that Becky Lynch has said Flair was shoehorned into the match. He said that nobody wants to see them talk anymore, but this is the Kevin Owens show. And tonight it's Fight Becky Fight and Fight Charlotte Fight. Which led to the woman jumping out of their chairs to have a stare down. Flair said that she would beat the holy hell out of Becky. And Owens said that before Becky responds to that, Owens went over to the apron and asked Becky for a response. Becky Lynch responded by punching Charlotte in the face. And then Flair tackled Becky Lynch and they began beating each other up. They brawled over the table that Owens had in the ring. And Lynch got the better of Flair, throwing repeated punches until Flair whipped Lynch into a barricade on the outside of the ring area as they rolled out of the ring. And then referees and security guys came in trying to break them up. And Becky Lynch eventually drove Flair into the announce table before they got separated.
Okay, then.
So that is a promo to KO and then promo and assault to the ladies.
Yes, it is. Maybe I should just give you the score sheet.
Yeah. Some of these are easy. So it's 9 points to Becky. I put her at 458. No, wait, that was Bailey. That's the wrong one.
I'll take the points.
Yeah, no. I'm going to put Becky at 370 is what that should be. And then Charlotte.
Oh, holy shit, we have a Risa.
What's up?
Cool. And then what is it? 9 points to Charlotte is going to be 4. It's going to be 175. Alrighty.
Yep.
So that happened.
I would have loved it if KO, the minute they started hacking, I would have loved it if he just backed up and just done like the shrug and just leave. Since he's a face, and I was like, This is the house that AJ Styles built. Well,
yep. So he's interviewed by Caleb Braxton, who is incredibly short and makes AJ Styles look very tall by comparison. And Styles said that Randy Orton has had advantages most people in WWE haven't really had. He noted that Orton is great, which is why he's been a multi-time champion in WWE. But that Orton is a first-round draft pick, while Styles is a walk-on. But he talks about how Randy said this was his house, and it sounds like Randy had the home field advantage. He's coming to WrestleMania not to build, but to tear the house down. Because he's the phenomenal AJ Styles. Oh, and good luck to Kofi tonight.
I also love that KO's like, I'm going to be watching this match very closely. So closely, in fact, number one, he couldn't even be bothered to show up in the locker room to watch the match with everybody else. And number two, did fuck all when Daniel Bryan was just shoehorned into the match.
Yeah, well, there's only so much you can do against Mr. McMahon. Some people are not that stupid.
Kevin Owens headbutted him. Do you think he cares?
Yeah, look what happened after he did that. He went to WrestleMania, got embarrassed in a match that he and his partner had no business losing, given that Shane was on the opposing team. Then they got fired. Then they went to Raw and had a really shitty tag team career. Then both got injured.
So the fact is, he still did that to McMahon. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, commercial break. Come back to Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
He comes into the ring in his wrestling gear, which probably should have been a tip-off, and said that it's an injustice to have Kofi Kingston in this gauntlet match. You know, he knows what it's like for the Authority to hold you down. And he noted that Kofi Kingston was chosen to be in the gauntlet match to replace... Whoops, that's a typo there, John Canton.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Kofi replaced Mustafa Ali and not Muhammad Ali.
Huh.
Whoops. So yeah, basically called out that Kofi is only replacing Mustafa Ali and doesn't really deserve all the opportunity he's been getting lately.
He's kind of half not wrong.
Yeah, Bryan noted that in that gauntlet match and the Elimination Chamber match, Kofi lost and has earned nothing, and said that Kofi, unlike him, is nothing more than a B-plus player. And Bryan said that to the fans, B-plus is good enough, and told people to put that on a T-shirt. Basically, Bryan said that B+ is not good enough, and that no matter how much you chant Kofi, cue chants, it won't change the fact that he lost in the gauntlet match and the Elimination Chamber, and that Kofi lost at Fastlane as well.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So the New Day come out, and Bryan and Rowan left the ring.
So 5 points to Bryan, 3 for Rowan for being there.
Yep.
I assume he didn't say anything.
Nope.
Okay. Let's get this started.
55 and 3 to Eric Rowan.
So for the last third of this program, let's get this started.
Pretty much. It's more than a third, I think. Anyway.
Last half of the program?
Yeah, the match started with 1 hour left in the show, so yes,
Okay.
half. So, Kofi comes out, and the New Day was sent to the back because they're not allowed at ringside for this gauntlet match.
Mm.
So the New Day did accompaniment and then left, so that's accompaniment to the New Day.
Okay.
So Big E. That would be 192, and Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we open up the gauntlet match with Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus. And then there was some mat wrestling early on. Cesaro was at ringside. Kofi sent Sheamus out of the ring, followed by a suicide dive. Took Sheamus out. They got back in the ring, and Sheamus countered with a knee lift to the face. Kingston replied with a spin kick to the face. Sheamus drove Kofi into the middle rope, distracted the referee, and Cesaro uppercutted Kingston behind the ref's back. Corey Graves said there was no way Kofi Kingston was going to survive this. Sheamus then hit a running elbow, went to a break, came back to Kofi unloading on Sheamus with chops and a drop kick and a jumping clothesline. Then a boom drop, but when he went for the Trouble in Paradise, Sheamus blocked it, but then ate a kick to the face anyway, and then a springboard crossbody block, which got a 2. Cesaro got involved again with a distraction, and Sheamus drove Kofi throat first onto the top rope, followed by a backbreaker for a 2, then slapped on a cloverleaf submission, which Kofi barely managed to counter with a roll-up, where he managed to get a 2. Sheamus then hit a knee to the face and got a 2 off of that. We cut to the back where we see the New Day and the Usos are watching the match. Sheamus set up for the bro kick, but Kofi avoided it and got a roll-up for a 2, then followed up with a Trouble in Paradise for a pin. Sheamus is eliminated.
All right. Was Cesaro actually in this gauntlet match too?
He's next.
He was. Okay, so I need to actually add more points to Cesaro. 1 second. Sheamus gets 14 points, by the way.
Okay.
Because Tiff gave Cesaro points for accompanying, but not for actually wrestling.
Okay.
There we go.
So that becomes 27 and 4. It's 231 for Sheamus.
All right.
Match 2 was you want to give Cesaro his interference for the first match now, or wait till later?
No, I added it in with his total.
Fair enough. Anyway, next up is Kofi versus Cesaro.
That's with Cyborg.
Yes, and he attacked Kingston with an armbar. Kofi went out to the apron and punched Cesaro repeatedly and then jumped off with a cross-body block, but Cesaro turned it into a backbreaker. Cesaro was in control after a commercial break and stretched Kofi's back across his knee. We cut to the back where we see the Hardys and R-Truth joined the cadre of people watching the match in the back. Cesaro hit the Cesaro swing on Kofi after about a dozen spins and then applied the cloverleaf submission like Sheamus did, although I think that's probably a sharpshooter and not a cloverleaf, but whatever.
No, it's a cloverleaf. Cesaro uses the cloverleaf. That's a signature move.
I thought he used a sharpshooter. My bad. Okay.
No, he uses the Texas cloverleaf.
Okay, well, anyway, he applied this, and Kofi got out of it. Cesaro followed up with a vertical suplex for a 2 count. Kingston then kicked his way free, and then managed to hit Cesaro with an SOS for a pinfall.
Yeah. Cesaro used to use a sharpshooter when Tyson Kidd could wrestle.
Oh, okay.
Because tag team partner. I mean, it's possible he still uses it, but I'm pretty sure his signature is now the cloverleaf. Anyway,
I've never seen a tag team partner dependent solo finisher. That's new.
Well, he didn't start using it until they teamed up, and then he started using it after they, did tandem sharpshooters. And he's just like, well, I'm just going to start using it because tag team partner. And then Tyson Kidd went and broke his neck.
Yeah, but now he's using a cloverleaf because he's teaming with Sheamus. That's Sheamus's move.
Yeah, it's Cesaro. Either way, it's a leg submission. It's a signature. He gets a point for it.
Fair enough. Points for Cesaro.
35.
Okay.
That does include the interference and the accompaniment and the uppercut from the interference.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she doesn't put it as interference. God damn it. Okay, it's 29 points.
29?
Yeah.
All right.
Because she puts distraction, so that's why I don't see that.
So 29?
Yeah, so I'll give her. Gosh, she needs to put this in the right order. It's 24.
20. Make up your mind.
Yeah, she does. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's 24 because this is a specialty match as well. So, yeah, 24.
Yeah, so 68 and 4 is 272.
Because for Cesaro, for some odd reason, she put the match points at the end, so I didn't see it.
Now.
Whereas everyone else, she has it up at the beginning. So it's like, oh, God damn it.
Well, anyway, after this, next up, while Kofi was laying on the ground in pain after that, Eric Rowan made his entrance.
Okay.
And this was about 22 minutes into the gauntlet match at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan hit a running corner splash, then threw Kofi out to the floor and hit a running body attack. then whipped Kofi into a barricade, then hit Kofi in the back and just kept assaulting him, and the referee disqualified him.
Okay, then.
After the DQ, Rowan picked up Kofi with a bear hug, then threw Kofi into the ring post, and then tossed Kofi over the barricade at ringside, then picked up Kofi by the head and gave him the Iron Claw Slam through the announce table.
So that constitutes an assault.
Yeah, that's an assault at a table spot for an OMG.
Okay, I will add that. So... Okay, so 19 points to Eric Rowan.
All right.
That includes the new thing we have, folks. -2 for eliminating yourself via DQ.
Yep.
So keep that in mind, Risa.
Actually, hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because I guess it's not an intentional loss. It's an intentional elimination. Okay.
Right.
So how many points was that?
19.
Okay, hang on. Let me... Yeah, okay.
Because I figured, despite the fact that he technically did lose the match still isn't over technically, so therefore,
Yeah.
no
So
full
that's
loss
19. So
point.
that's going to be 202 and 9. Yeah, it's going to be 211. All right.
Joe
So after-
is gonna kill you.
Yeah, that was a summation of Corey Graves' feeling when this came out. He's like, Samoa Joe, just put Kofi out of his misery. So Samoa Joe came in, was dominant early on, jumping kick to the head. We're at 33 minutes at this point. Joe applied a chin lock, and Kofi fought back with some punches. And Joe came back with a stiff clothesline. And Kofi got turned inside out by that. Joe got a 2 off it. There was another shot of all the guys in the back watching. Joe applied a coquina clutch, but Kofi countered it with a jawbreaker. And Joe then hit a Uranagi out of the corner, got a 2 off of that. Kofi took Joe down with a double leg takedown, but missed a corner attack. Joe hit a chop to the back and then teased going for a muscle buster, but Kofi slipped out of it and got a roll-up of doom to eliminate Samoa Joe.
Okay, according to Tiff, he got a coquina clutch in there somewhere.
Yeah, Joe applied the clutch and then Kofi jawbreakered out of it.
All right, let me see. Yeah, so I need to add points to Kofi because she does not have, I don't think, she doesn't have the escape of the muscle buster. That needs to be put in.
Okay.
Because he did actually escape that, yeah?
Yeah, Kingston slipped out of it.
Despite the fact that he never actually hits with it, that's still a signature move of Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So that actually gives him more points than Daniel Bryan. All right, so Samoa Joe gets 13 points.
Doesn't actually use it because he damn near killed Tyson Kidd with it.
Yeah.
How many? 13?
Yeah.
All right, it's 483 for Joe. All right, what else we got here?
Out of nowhere.
After the elimination, Joe slapped on the coquina clutch again while Kofi was tied up in the ropes. Like, Kofi was through the middle and top ropes, and so Joe pulled him back against the top rope and put him in the clutch.
So he gets another point.
Yeah. And all the, Big E and Woods and everybody in the back were freaking out about this, but couldn't do anything because they were banned from ringside.
Was everyone banned from ringside or just the New Day?
Apparently, it seems to be everybody because nobody but the guys in the match came out.
Okay, then.
So anyway, Joe held this for a while until the referees made Joe break the hold. And then Joe left. Randy Orton then made his way out as the last man in the gauntlet. We go to a commercial break and come back to it. And the match started with Kofi who's already been in the ring for about 44 minutes at this point. Orton whipped Kingston into the barricade, told the fans that Kingston isn't their guy. And then he literally pulled out the stupid Kofi.
Really?
I don't know if he actually said it that way, but he at least called him stupid.
Nice. Call back.
Yeah.
Stupid Kofi. Stupid Kofi.
Yeah, from a decade.
I love he pulls it out after he put Kingston completely over at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So anyway, Kingston managed to counter by whipping Orton into the steel stairs. They got back in the ring, and Orton got back in control with stomps to the ribs and then slapped on a chin lock. Kofi attempted a dropkick, but Orton stepped out of the way and swatted Kofi down. At this point, Kofi had no energy and could barely stand. He worked over Kofi with uppercuts. Kofi managed to avoid an RKO attempt and hit a Trouble in Paradise that sent Orton across the ring near the ropes. And when Kingston tried to crawl over for the cover, Orton rolled out of the ring, smartly being aware of where he was in the ring, being the ring veteran that he is. This went to a commercial break. We came back to Orton working Kingston over again. At this point, Kofi's been in 51 minutes. They were about to turnbuckle, and Kofi managed to hit a cross body block off the top for a 2 count. Orton hit the draping DDT, then set up for an RKO. Kofi was very slow to get back to his feet, and when Orton went for the RKO, Kofi slipped out of it and applied the roll-up of death in order to get the pinfall.
Was that the second RKO he avoided?
Yes.
Jeez, Kofi just keeps racking up the points.
Yep.
This roll of death is very effective.
So Randy Orton eliminated.
Yeah.
We're at 53 minutes of match time.
Oh, damn, Kofi. This is the most points you've ever had in the entirety of the XFL.
Pretty much.
So, Orton gets 14 points.
All right.
For being a chump.
Pretty much.
But wait, this is WWE 2K19. Kofi, you forgot about your other opponent.
Pretty much. Hang on, where the hell's Randy Orton? What'd you say, 14?
14.
Okay, that's 198. That's 208. 1 point below Rey Mysterio. Anyway. So Kofi Kingston celebrated. Xavier Woods and Big E ran out to hug him and celebrate with him until Vince came out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was a great moment. Kofi Kingston said, "You will go to WrestleMania." And everybody cheered. "You will go to WrestleMania if you can beat one more opponent." The fans booed, and Woods and Big E were mad about this, and Vince wished Kofi good luck. And, of course, the last opponent is, of course, the WWE Champion, Daniel Bryan. And this is not, for the title, obviously, because it's still part of the gauntlet match as far as WWE is concerned.
By your powers combined.
Yeah. So Bryan was on the offense, hit some kicks to the chest, then set up Kingston on the top rope and hit a belly-to-back superplex off the top. Got a 2 on that. Fans chanted Kofi. Bryan applied the lapel lock, and Kofi managed to grab the ropes to get out of it. Bryan worked over Kofi with more kicks to the chest, but Kofi avoided the roundhouse kick out of the whatever the hell he's calling those now. What's he calling the kicks now, Jeff?
What, the yes kicks?
Yeah.
I call them the yes kicks.
Oh, because I know he changed the name of the label locks off the yes lock, so I figured he would have changed the kicks name too.
I don't know. I don't know that he officially changed that. I haven't heard a new name for it.
Okay. Well, anyway, Kofi avoided the roundhouse kick, hit an SOS, and got a 2. Bryan hit 2 corner drop kicks after this. Kofi countered the third one with a roll up, went up top for a splash, but Bryan avoided it. Stomped Kingston in the face while pulling on his arms to do like a submission type thing. Bryan then set up for the knee in the corner. The fans chanted no at him, but Kofi got up, ate the running knee to the face, and Daniel Bryan got the pinfall.
Okay, then. And then the show went off the air?
Checking, yes, that would. Yeah, then after Bryan celebrated with Eric Rowan, Big E and Xavier went out to check on Kofi, and the show ended.
Okay, so quickly, 5 points to all the faces for watching the match.
Okay, run me a list.
The New Day.
All right. We're gonna make 5.
Sure, because they kept going back to him. And they actually did stuff.
Yeah, Xavier gets 5.
Like, oh, come on.
Yep. Who else?
Oos.
Oh. What? Okay.
Delete. Delete. Delete.
Yeah. Matt Hardy's still not on the actual roster. He's down here. And then Jeff Hardy is up here somewhere. There we go. Puts him at 220. And I remember that R-Truth was there.
Yes, that's the last one.
All right.
Wait, why is Kofi Kingston on SmackDown?
And I'm going to go ahead because even though it's not mentioned in this recap, I distinctly remember that Heavy Machinery also showed up.
Fair.
So Heavy Machinery I will also give points to for that.
Makes sense, don't they? Just follow Lacey Evans everywhere.
Kind of, yeah. Seems to be. 32, and then Tucker Knight. All right.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
So, Kofi Kingston. The most points he's ever had in his life.
Yes.
1 point ahead of Daniel Bryan. He has 61 points.
Okay. Now let me see here. Let's see. Where's Kofi? Down here. Kofi has 287 plus the 61. You said.
Yep.
Is 348 for Kofi.
And Captain Planet.
He's a hero.
Gonna take pollution to 0.
All right. I did it right.
60 points for hitting a man while he's down.
Fair enough. That's going to be, I'll see, 60 would be 615 and a definitive lead.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. Save. Let's go check the totals.
Let's.
All right. Refresh. Save. What do we got? All right. In the lead at 82.60 is still you. Extremely legit yes movement. Tiff still in second with the Rowdy Last Kickers at 75.82. I'm still way back at 54.88.
That's almost 100 points for SmackDown. That's not bad. And you're about to get a whole shed load more.
Fair enough.
Because the majority of 205 Live was only you.
Yeah, but you got 150 points for SmackDown.
Yeah, well, you're about to make that up.
All right. 205,
Because
take it
there
away.
was literally only 2 matches and like almost no promos. So yeah, there wasn't much of a show this week.
Fair enough.
So we kick things off to
We're kicking things off to a preview of SmackDown on Fox.
no. Not that I saw.
No. I mean because it was a show with no promos at all wrestling.
Ah, yeah. There was like 1 promo, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we kick things off with Mike and Maria in the ring, or they come out to the theme music, get in the ring. And Maria cuts a pre-match promo. As you do, basically. Because basically 205 Live always starts with a recap of what happened the previous week, and for whatever reason they decided to start it just with the match. So Maria was the recap for the week of,
Okay, then.
Fuck the GM for doing this. My husband has been wrestling for 16 years. He deserves better, blah, 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 heel moaning.
That's been wrestling for 16 years. He should be a better wrestler.
Oh.
Right?
If you're wrestling for 16 years and you still suck, you probably shouldn't be a wrestler.
And she's like, so card out whoever this so-called, top-end superstar, cruiserweight's going to be because we don't fucking care.
Okay.
Kiwa Tozawa, former cruiserweight champion.
Nice.
Kiwa Tozawa being completely buried by people who don't care about him and keep him as a complete joke.
Oh. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. I mean, it was a decent match, and to be fair, they cheated to win because
Of course they did. They're
because
heels.
Tozawa had Mike Kanellis down, and he was going to go for the drop zone, and Maria hopped up on the ring apron on the other side of the turnbuckle and draped herself over the turnbuckle and basically tried to seduce Akira Tozawa with puppy dog eyes, keeping him from getting up on the turnbuckle. And he was like, move! And Mike tried to pull himself over to the other turnbuckle. And so Tozawa was like, fuck it, ran over to the other turnbuckle, climbed up, went for the drop zone, and Mike got his knees up, popped up, spinning cutter, 1, 2, 3.
Ouch.
Yeah. So
I do like the spinning cutter, though.
Yeah. Which, for whatever reason, WWE and Nigel McGuinness calls a fucking Impact DDT. I'm like, that's not a DDT. Look at the move. It's clearly a cutter. And I should know. I have the move in the game. I use that move. I know that move. It's my move. And if you look at it, it's clearly a cutter because he spins him around and drops him on his shoulder, cutter style. That, and if you actually look at Mike Kanellis' moveset online anywhere, it lists the spinning cutter as a signature move. So you fail, WWE. You don't know wrestling moves. But yeah, so Akira Tozawa looks shocked, and the Kanellises beat a hasty retreat because they know they just fucked over Akira Tozawa. Yep. And as I alluded to prior to going on the air, yeah, I think this is a feud going forward, and I could see it. I don't know, maybe this being like another kickoff match on WrestleMania or something.
That could work.
So, Maria Kanellis.
Yes.
Total of 16 points for accompaniment, promo, and interference.
Okay. That's going to be 87, and 6 is 93. Okay.
Akira Tozawa.
Yep.
Total of 18 points for doing all the work. He had 10 moves.
Okay, so that would be 23, and 8 is 431.
And Mike Kanellis.
Yep.
32 points for cheating.
What's it at? 135. Okay.
Also, commentary completely on point for the entire night.
Okay, good.
I love Aiden English. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
So,
next.
So we cut backstage to the one and only promo. And this promo, holy shit, masterclass. Like, somewhere on a plane over the United States of America, Paul Heyman shed a single tear being so proud of how good this promo was.
Okay, then.
So we cut back to Cedric Alexander in the locker room.
Okay.
And he is being interviewed by whoever the interviewer is for 205 Live. I can't keep the interviewer straight.
That's fair.
And she starts to ask him about the match, which is next, versus Tony Nese and going to WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. Enter Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
Okay.
Tony Nese is behind Buddy Murphy. And Buddy Murphy is like, hey, bitch, get out the way. Basically kicks the interviewer out the room.
Right.
Because champ.
Yep.
And they proceed to have a conversation. And Buddy Murphy, being Buddy Murphy, proceeds to tell Cedric Alexander that he's complete trash and that you really think you're going to win, blah, blah, blah. And Cedric Alexander starts talking trash back to him. So Buddy Murphy steps forward in front of Tony Nese. And Tony Nese is saying stuff at this point. He's saying, well, I'm going to beat you and I'm going to go to WrestleMania. And Cedric's like, no, you're not. I'm going to reclaim what's mine. And, I'm laser focused now and stuff like that. And, and start saying I'm going to beat you this time, Buddy Murphy. And Buddy Murphy steps forward in front of Tony Nese. And he's like, you really think you're going to beat me? Really? Well, let's see. I seem to remember in my hometown of Sydney, Australia, where I beat you for this title. And then I beat you again at the Royal Rumble. And at WrestleMania, I will beat you again. Camera zooms out as Cedric Alexander begins to smile, and it zooms out and you see Tony Nese now behind Buddy Murphy with a look in his eyes of, what did you just say? And Cedric goes, so let me get this straight, buddy. You're going to beat me. That's right. At WrestleMania. That's right. And Buddy Murphy kind of glances behind him and realizes Tony Nese is staring daggers through his back. He goes, oh, wait. And he goes, and Cedric goes, did it ever occur to you that Tony Nese might win the whole damn thing? He goes, now that's not going to happen because I'm going to beat him and I am going to go to WrestleMania, but still, Tony Nese has the ability to do this. He's that good. And Buddy's like, wait here. And Tony just kind of gives him this dirty look. And Cedric just kind of grins and he goes, I always had the question in this tournament, seeing how good Tony Nese is and how well he's been doing, about what your reaction, Buddy, would be if you had to face Tony Nese at WrestleMania. And he just kind of looks at him and he goes, I guess I got my answer, and walks out.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Nice.
Like, he totally played them against each other. Like, that was a master-crafted promo.
That was good.
And just the look by Tony Nese and the, oh, I just shat my pants look of Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Like, no, I didn't mean that way. And then it ends with Buddy Murphy, like trying to smooth things over with Tony. He's like, look, dude, he's just trying to play us against each other. Don't listen to a thing he says, you and I were friends and stuff like that. Because Cedric is like, Tony, you need to stop being like Buddy Murphy's sidekick and stuff, like trying to plant it in Tony Nese's mind that he's like second fiddle to Buddy Murphy, and that as long as he stays with Buddy Murphy, that's all he'll ever be. And it's the cherry on top when Buddy Murphy is just assuming Tony Nese isn't going to win.
Yeah.
And Tony Nese is like, yeah, we're cool. And they like shake hands and they walk out. But you just see that look in Tony Nese's eyes of, I'm going to fucking kill you, you Aussie son of a bitch.
Yep.
So we go to our main event of Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander, which was like half the show.
Are we going to have promo points for those first?
Yes, we will. 5 points to all three of those gentlemen for promo.
That's what I thought. Cedric. And Tony Nese at 220. Continue.
So this match, my match of the year right now, it was that good. It was so well paced. Great story being told in the ring. High technical aspects here because a lot of it was counters. Let me put you this way. Both men got 21 points in counters and evasions.
Wow.
Yeah, it was highly, highly competitive. A lot of countering, a lot of evading early on until offense started being put in. And then a lot of like selling tiredness and just like they had this one spot where Cedric tried to do a super kick. Foot is caught. Tony Nese tries to counter with a super kick. Foot is caught. They spin around. They both go for a super kick and end up countering each other's super kick by getting their legs wrapped together.
Oops.
It was a great spot. I have Tony Nese with an OMG for he had Cedric Alexander draped over the second rope, like into the ring, kind of like how Randy Orton does the draping DDT, except this is on his back. And Tony Nese did the springboard moonsault onto a draping Cedric Alexander.
Nice.
It's like, ooh, damn. And there was a lot of high offense for the second half of the match of just trading offense. You had Nese with like the springboard moonsault, palm strikes for a counter, matrix evasion. He hit the 450 splash and 2 running Neses, for fuck's sake. And you have Cedric just trying to pull literally everything out: the back elbow, the neuralizer, the flatliner, fucking Michinoku driver, countering with a Spanish fly, hitting a lumbar check, and fucking Tony Nese kicking out of the lumbar check.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, this was a fantastic match. There was one minor botch where Cedric Alexander, once again, I don't know if he's just lost his edge when it comes to doing like Hurricane Rana style moves. But that handstand head scissor takedown he does, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went for that and very nearly missed Tony Nese's shoulders.
Oops.
To the point that it was sloppy as hell, and credit to Tony Nese for realizing that. And I don't know if it was Tony Nese was out of position or if it was Cedric just missed. I gave the botch to Cedric just because, well, he's been a botch machine as of late. But credit to Tony Nese for actually trying to sell the move, even though it looked sloppy as hell, and he like did the little twisting and landed. He took the bump. It looked okay, but it was still sloppy, and you could tell just with the distance, it was like, yeah, Cedric, you kind of missed.
Oops.
But the match ends with Tony Nese with basically a counter running Nese for the 1-2-3. So your
Nice.
winner of the tournament and number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship going on to face Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania, Tony Nese. And this match garnered not one, but two, "This is awesome" chants, and a third chant at the end of the match where they all said, "That was awesome.
Nice.
That was awesome."
Good for them.
What's that?
Good for them.
Also, credit to basically the wrestlers, but more importantly, the writing staff of 205 Live for the sneaky way they've basically done a slow yet quick face turn for Tony Nese. Because he started this tournament as a heel against Noam Dar and just fucking obliterated him.
Right.
Ever since that match, they've been burning him in as a face to the point that by the end of this night, he was a full-on face.
Nice.
And it's like, wow. And the punctuation on that is after the match, Buddy Murphy comes out. And Cedric's gone by this point to go take a shower and whatnot. Buddy Murphy comes out to, because Tony Nese is celebrating, pointing at the sign, like, yeah, I won. And the fans are congratulating him. And Buddy Murphy gets in, and Nese just stares him down. It's like, the commentators are like, oh no, it's Buddy Murphy. What's going to happen here? Is he going to assault him? Blah, blah, blah. And Buddy Murphy just kind of smiles at him and like shakes his hand. He's like, good job. Good job, old friend. Blah, blah, blah. And like raises his arms and points to like, yeah, that's my friend. That's Tony Nese. And then he kind of like, pats him on the back and points to the WrestleMania sign saying, go take your place. Go, celebrate. And Tony's like, all right. So he turns his back to Buddy Murphy, mistake, to go celebrate. Buddy Murphy takes 2 steps back, drops the title on the ground. And Tony Nese turns around, bro kick. Because apparently Buddy Murphy does that now.
Okay, then.
Buddy Murphy just kind of laughs at him as he picks the title up and walks out. So as if that wasn't enough punctuation to see, yeah, Tony Nese is like super babyface at this point.
Cool.
So,
Good.
yeah. Masterfully crafted episode here.
Yeah, sounds like it. Good show.
So, Buddy Murphy gets one for the brogue kick.
Okay.
I think it's just supposed to be a bicycle kick, but fuck it, it's a brogue kick.
Fair enough. Okay.
We have Cedric Alexander
Yes.
for a total of 39 points.
That becomes 49. One, that's 252. Okay.
Yep, he had 12 moves and the minor botch.
Right, okay.
So we have Tony Nese
Yes.
with 10 moves.
Okay.
And the OMG, the 21 for the counters, and then winning the match.
Mm-hmm.
For a total of 70 points to Tony Nese.
It's been 290. Nice.
Yeah, Tony Nese is fucking awesome. He is
Yeah,
so
sounds
good.
like it. It's a good roster spot for Tiff there.
Yeah, Tony Nese he's got such incredible talent because he's got the raw power. He's got the build for the power, and he does a lot of the deadlift moves, so he is super fucking strong.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the athleticism for the cruiserweight stuff because he's always bouncing off the ropes. He's got the springboard moonsault and in this match he did his reverse corkscrew plancha. And it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, he can do literally everything. And he's got striking combos because he tried the premier combo, the one I gave Simon.
Right.
And Cedric basically jumped over the sweep and countered it.
Ah, nice.
But he has striking combos. His finishing move is the running knees. It's a strike. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's like the complete package here, Tony Nese is.
Totally.
And he's now proven that he can actually tell a story in the ring and outside the ring. He's he's been proving himself since, they stepped him up. So I applaud Tony Nese.
It's a complete package. Yeah. Actually, his tagline.
He's the premier athlete.
Premier athlete. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. My bad.
But I applaud Tony Nese because he's got my attention now.
Yeah. All right, let's refresh and see where we're at for the final scores of the night.
Absolutely.
So, top is you at 82.78,
Yeah.
followed by Tiff at 76.63, and I'm at 55.80. So there's an 800-point gap. There's still a remote possibility that Tiff could catch you by WrestleMania. We'll have to see how that plays out.
It depends on who ends up being the main event. Because right now, the women's match is main event, but WWE did, if you go on their website, they do have like a poll or something up of which
Yeah.
match do you think should be the main event.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, if the women's match becomes the main event, there is a very strong possibility Tiff could catch me. If the men's match becomes the main event, no chance in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know Rollins is winning that match.
True. Although, if they were smart, they wanted the biggest match. It should be the in order of matches that should be the main event. It's the Raw Women's title match, then Bryan and Kofi, and then Seth and Brock.
Yeah. Although another argument could be made for Finn and Taker because Undertaker.
Assuming that match is happening and it's not Finn
Yeah.
versus Lashley for the Intercontinental title. Although at the build, I'm wondering if they're going to turn Leo Rush on him and have Leo Rush face Lashley at WrestleMania. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Then, of course, another argument could be made for Kurt Angle versus whoever he's fighting because retirement match.
True. We'll see.
We'll see. But right now, it looks like it's going to be either the women's match or the title match, which is the two matches they're pushing. WWE is.
Yep. All right, leaderboards. Top is Daniel Bryan at 615, WWE champion. Followed by Rowdy Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's champion, at 598. Finn Balor coming in at 559, followed by Drew McIntyre at 525. Freaking Rollins, the number one contender to the Universal title, at 513. Samoa Joe, the U.S. champion, at 483. Bayley, one half of the women's tag team champions, at 449. Bobby Lashley, the Intercontinental champion, at 443. Sasha Banks, the other half of the women's tag team champs, at 443. And rounding out the top 10.
437.
437, sorry, look at the wrong one. And rounding out the top 10 is Akira Tozawa at 431. So Dean Ambrose just edged out of there on the top 10 there. Coming in at
That's
number
because he
11.
didn't do anything this week.
Yeah, it's because he was quote-unquote, injured for being beat up by Drew McIntyre last week.
Yeah. Does that mean Rollins isn't going to show up next week?
I don't know, it's possible. Given he has an actual feud, I would think he would, but we'll see. All right, so there we go there. Good times. Had by all.
Seems like it was a pretty good week for wrestling.
Yeah, not bad at all. All right. So, just this. There we go. All right, so Jeff, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
I know Jeff pointed out, for those who didn't notice, Risa Soul Risa did join us right around SmackDown. So, Risa, if you wanted to chime in, that would be a good time. Got anything to say?
No, that was a really good
Yeah, I'm afraid that I don't think we can hear her.
I can hear her.
Oh, I can't hear her.
Oh, well.
Still having issues.
Yeah. God damn it. Anyway.
Fix your shit, Google.
And fix your shit.
Hopefully by next week this will be sorted out.
Hopefully. But
Hopefully.
yes, allow Risa to talk.
Just tell me when she's done.
Will do. Go ahead, Risa.
I'm done.
No. I thought you were going to finish what you were saying.
Oh, okay. No, just I'm just a little concerned because it seems like a lot of the women are not going to be in action, for the next year, because it's like Ronda Rousey's, going to be out for a while, and then apparently like Brie Bella or the other one is retiring or something like that. So the Bella twins are not going to be in there. So it's like, we're going to have Charlotte Flair. We're going to still have a couple people left, but it's like, are we bringing in some more, or, what are we doing with this?
Both rosters are pretty fleshed out. Ronda hasn't been confirmed yet. That's just speculation. And there's still the NXT women's roster, which you could bring up. I mean, all the rest of Ronda's friends are sitting there. They could easily take her spot while she's out. mean, just call up, former NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler. Boom, you have the Ronda replacement.
Okay. All right, so that would be good. Yeah, I would like to see some new faces.
Isn't Shayna still the champion? Did she lose it?
I thought Kairi Sane was the champion.
No, I think Shayna beat her for the title.
I thought it was the other way around.
Well, let's find out.
Because if Shayna comes up, she also comes packaged with 2 cronies because the rest of the 4 horsewomen are literally her cronies on NXT, for what I understand.
Let's see. No, Shayna Baszler defeated Kairi Sane at Evolution.
Okay, well, I don't know. For all we know, she'll lose it at WrestleMania because Takeover.
Yeah. Shayna Baszler has been the champion for 148 plus days.
Okay. Well, if so, according to Jim, Shayna Baszler is still the champ. So I'm incorrect, Risa. But
Oh, can
well,
she
if
not hear
one-
me?
I can hear you.
you can hear Jim. Okay, she can hear you. Okay, fair enough. So it's just you, Jim. You're the problem. But anyway.
Oh, fuck you too.
But anyway, if the Ronda thing is true and she's going, they could very easily have Shayna drop the title, take over, and bring her up with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
I see where you got confused because Shayna won the belt at TakeOver New Orleans, dropped it to Kairi Sane at TakeOver Brooklyn, and then won it back at Evolution. That's what happened.
Enough. So I didn't hear about her winning it back. That's fair.
Yeah,
Because we don't cover the NXT stuff, so I didn't know about that.
correct. Speaking of NXT, I'd hate to be there right now because in addition to Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee being injured, in no particular order, Chelsea Green, Tino Sabatelli, Tegan Knox, and Dakota Kai are injured. Dan Mathis recovering from surgery. Boa and Mars Wang are having visa issues and can't get back into the country. And Jackson Riker has a bad back.
Yeesh.
Not a good time to be in NXT. Yeesh.
And then you have the boss poaching all the available talent that's not injured.
Right, exactly.
Fucking Vince. Yeesh. Yeah, but most of the majority of the women's roster is still there, so I could still see them calling up Shayna if necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, the men's roster, yeesh, man.
Well,
That
two
seems
of them,
like your roster for this last season.
yeah, well, 2 of them were Chelsea Green and Dakota Kai, so 2 of the women are injured, but they have plenty of others.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have a lot.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't called up. I know she hasn't won the belt yet, but I'm surprised they haven't called up. What's her name with the long braid?
Bianca Belair?
Yeah, Bianca Belair. I thought they would have called her up by now.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see. There's probably will be a round of call-ups after WrestleMania because WrestleMania.
Yep.
So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, there's options here, and also there's been heavy rumors that some of the main roster stars may go back down to NXT, or that some want to. So I mean, if they're really hurting for people because they're injured, they could always do that. I mean, Sanity's not doing anything; they could just demote him back to NXT.
Yeah, that would work.
Fucking Ascension's not doing anything aside from making complete fools of themselves. They could put them back on NXT.
Yeah, that would work.
Rumor was that Breeze was going to go back to NXT, so they have a lot of talent you could just put on NXT because it's not like they're doing anything with them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they would probably rather be on NXT anyway because at least they were somebody on NXT.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then there's the rumor that John Cena wanted to do the NXT run for a little bit. So
Right. That'd be interesting.
And that'd be a huge way to put over a lot of the NXT stars and actually prepare them for the main roster.
Yeah.
Because then John Cena could actually teach them stuff. So we'll see what happens. WrestleMania is going to be interesting. It's going to be in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Which means we're going to need to have a meeting sometime pretty damn quick to prepare for the next season.
Yep. And we will do that. We'll make some rule amendments. We'll work on roster adjustments. We'll get that all set to go for the draft.
Absolutely. Well, that has been the XFL.
Totally.
Thank you, Risa, for popping in.
Yep. Thank you, Jeff, for being here. Tiff, sorry for the screw-ups that you couldn't be here. Hopefully we'll get this fixed by next week. This is fucked up.
Hopefully. Otherwise, James Phoenix is going to have to learn how to use YouTube Live.
Yeah, or that. We'll see how that goes.
Alrighty.
All righty. We'll see you next time, folks.